I recorded this video once and then realised my microphone was off, so that's a great start. I feel like I'm gonna get the most hate from this video more than the What If Doctor Who Wasn't Axed wiki. DW2012, which originally stood for Doctor Who 2012 but was later changed to Dynamic Workshop 2012 in a rebrand, has the fan films I honestly watched the least of. I haven't seen past Series 4 simply because I was too bored to continue watching, which is something I seriously don't do often. DW2012 is definitely one of the most well-loved fan films. Each fan film episode has around 20,000 views, and the first episode has around 200,000 views, which is seriously impressive for a Doctor Who fan film. So let's try and figure out why this fan film is so well loved. First of all, in my last video I explained how making a Doctor Who fan film that's completely different to Doctor Who makes your Doctor Who fan film 10 times better. Well, this fan film doesn't do that. Instead, from what I could tell, this is the first fan film we've looked at that's part of the official Doctor Who cinematic universe. Yep, I know, we're off to a great start.
He's right. We need to figure this out before it's too late. We're like a volcano about to explode. It's only a matter of time.
Oh, but my point is, how will something obliterated into nothing be here?
Exactly, it can't be. The better question is to why it's here.
This universe is like the normal Doctor Who, but the Doctor usually doesn't give the number of his incarnation away because there's an unknown amount of fan film Doctors before and after him. So if I really wanted to, I can make a video explaining the entire Doctor Who fan film cinematic universe. But do I want to? If you bribe me with likes, I might. There's 4 series of episodes that I'm going to be talking about, so I'm not going to be going through each episode like I've done with other videos, otherwise this video is going to be hours long. B.I.G Games is currently sighing with relief. The quick answer to why he's so popular is because he's got a cool TARDIS.
Okay, never judge a book by its cover. Something that looks like a box isn't a box. How does it do that?
It's called the TARDIS. That's T-A-R-D-I-S, time and relative dimension in space. It's dimensionally transcendental, as I prefer. People on the inside.
I feel like cool is the wrong word. The TARDIS is actually an amazing set. A little small, but that's of course understandable. I can't really say that the production is good though, since, well, just look at this.
My friends, tonight, I present to you my greatest discovery.
He seems to only put detail into specific things and doesn't spread it out like it needs to be, so it becomes this weird Frankenstein monster of a fan film, at least production-wise. The creator of these fan films says how he loves his custom sonic screwdriver, but it's just the 12th Doctor's toy Sonic painted brown. It does more. It's weird. Maybe I'm judging the production too harshly. I said once that fan films are mainly judged by the acting skill and the story it's telling. So are they good? Sometime. On one hand, I quite like the idea of the remains of the Cybermen forcing the Doctor into going back in time and swapping the original Cyberman plans with the newer ones, so they're stronger in the future. On the other hand,
I think you deserve at least this.
I don't want to forget all about today.
Consider it done. I think we need a change of scenery. Could always go and solve the mystery of Galactica 4, or maybe just go somewhere nice for a bit.
Yeah, I'm already there.
I can't. I'm an alien to you.
I'm an alien to you. What does that matter?
I can't.
Doctor, just let go.
Light up,
I've never felt more uncomfortable watching a fan film in my life. I feel like this also has the same problem as What If Doctor Who Wasn't Axed, where it all turns into some epic Infinity War-sized battle with every monster ever. Also, he doesn't really avoid fan film cliches. He does the master reveal that I talked about last episode, and brought back 2 Time Lords from the original classic TV show. One of them looks a bit, well, shit.
Come, we have much work to do.
Honestly, I think the reason this is loved so much is because it does a pretty damn good job at going, look, I'm Doctor Who. I'm not sure what it is that works, but it's definitely got the style of it perfect. Because if anything, the fan film as a whole is just okay. One thing I will complain about though, is it feels a little god complexy. In this video, he announces that he's going to make documentaries about his own films, which raises a few red flags.
He also won an award for WhoTubers Awards for Best Fan Film, which I'm quite honoured to be given that award.
What, you mean this award? It has less than 200 likes. That isn't really an award. This happens all the time. YouTubers you never heard of commenting on your videos saying, look, you won my awards, despite them having less than 3k subscribers. You can't exactly be proud of that if it's that small. Saying that feels honestly embarrassing. Don't get me wrong, sure, it's nice to win, but going, look, I won an award, and then making it seem like you won it at some ceremony is just... But DW2012 isn't going to die down anytime soon. If anything, it's going to get so much bigger. The DW2012 group has expanded and several teams are working on several different projects at once. And recently the Doctor has regenerated into a new incarnation, making another big step towards becoming more like Doctor Who. The problem is, it's never going to become anything more than just a silly fan film, if they don't focus on the small things more, not just the TARDIS. I think the reason they haven't already is because the comments are doing that positivity bubble thing. You cannot find any criticism in the comments, it's only positive things. So again, if you're being told that your fan film is perfect and better than the actual show, then you're going to believe it. I'm excited to see what they do in the future, but please, Luke, for God's sake, focus on your production, because this just looks awful. Please remember that I'm only judging from like series 1 to half of series 4. I will finish this series soon though, because I do want to see the new Doctor, who's known online as the Whovian Chaser, and I am honestly a big fan of him. DW2012 has done the impossible and created a fan film which is the closest we'll ever get to the actual show. The energy is perfect, the stories feel right. It does have the Infinity War problem, as I said earlier, but it's handled in an alright manner at least. DW2012 works as part of Doctor Who, which is the most impressive thing I've ever seen in a fan film. Yet the way it looks is like a 9-year-old made it at points.
My friends.
And maybe he could work on the writing a little more, because it gets really boring at points. Just get the pacing right, honestly. I think in the state it is in, it's one of my least favourite fan films, but just by tweaking the things that I've mentioned, it can become one of the greatest fan films ever made. I sound sarcastic saying that, but I'm really not. Maybe I'll make an extra video talking about series 5 of his fan film and compare it to what I said here, that might be interesting. Anyway, this is the last video of me talking about a single fan film. The next video will cover multiple. What I've done so far is go through specific fan films that I cherry picked out, and I tried to add my own narrative onto them. That doesn't really prove anything. It seems like it does, but I can add any narrative onto that. I can easily take the same fan films and the same clips and write about how they're better than the original show, and it will make as much sense as it does already. So the point of the next video is to show you that my points are valid on every fan film and not just the ones that I picked out. It sounds boring, but trust me, it's going to be the most fun out of the fan film section on this little series. So if you don't want to miss the finale of me talking about fan films, and let's be honest, who doesn't, then you might want to subscribe. Liking the video fills me with the motivation to making another, and I need a lot of that, and judging off the likes, I might make extra videos on fan films, because This is a reasonably successful series so far, especially for a very, very small channel like mine. I wasn't even 10 subscribers when I started. Thank you for somehow making it to the end of this video. Goodbye.